In addition, she is considering action against Mr. Bashir for including Gavin in his special without parental consent. One of the topics repeatedly brought up in Martin Bashir's interviews is the same one that has been the subject of speculation by countless tabloids, talk shows, and comic monologues for over 20 years. Michael Jackson's changing appearance.
Having surgery or changes or whatever, cosmetic surgery or anything like that. People have that sort of thing in this country all the time.
All the time.
People go on a weekly basis to have
All
things
the time.
changed.
And most celebrities, most movie stars, you know.
So why is it such an issue that you do that?
But the fact that they said I had, like I'm overly obsessed with it, is not true. That's not, the things they've said that I've done are not true. I haven't had my eyes done. I haven't had my cheekbones done. I haven't had my lips done. I haven't had my chin done. That's a lie. They just go too far.
In the final interview 8 months later, Martin Bashir is still doggedly pursuing rumors of Michael's plastic surgery.
I look fine. You look fine. I'm one of the stinky.
That's nice. But you don't look stinky.
An area of his life Bashir said he felt Michael had been less than honest about.
You know, you physically changed, haven't you? The photographs of you, if I look at them
No, it's called adolescence. It's called growing and changing.
Yeah, but even the shape of your face has
No,
changed.
it has not. I've had no plastic surgery on my face, just my nose. It's helped me breathe better so I can hit higher notes and have clearer. The press is like to add on all this stuff. Nothing's been done to my eyes, cheekbones, chins, lips, nothing. They made all of it.
Do you think that people do go too far with plastic surgery, generally? Do you think
Well,
it's become... So why are you so defensive when people say, Mick Jagger's had one, Paul McCartney may have had one, oh, Michael Jackson's had one?
They don't do it that way.
What do they do?
They just pick on me like I'm the only one that does it. That's why.
So if people said, well, actually, Michael's the same as everyone else,
Yeah.
then it wouldn't upset you so much.
It wouldn't upset me so much.
You know, if you want to have a facelift, you have a facelift.
Yeah. If it makes you happy.
Regardless of your opinion about the extent of Michael's plastic surgery, one fact is clear. Martin Bashir's TV special made only passing reference to one of the most noticeable differences in Michael's appearance. Bashir quoted people as saying that when Michael Jackson was a boy, he was a black kid. And now as an adult, he looks like a white man.
Which was a rumor. They said I was putting on cream to make myself lighter. That's not true. I have vitiligo.
You have a condition.
Vitiligo is a medical condition that Jackson claims has afflicted him for more than 20 years. This disfiguring skin disease affects nearly 2% of the world's population and strips all pigmentation from the skin. The result is not just pale, but porcelain white.
The beginnings of the vitiligo started happening relatively early. You know, he even was trying to hide it from me. He tried to hide it for quite a while. You know, he'd always try to cover with makeup and even out his skin tone and everything until it just got so extensive. I mean, it's all over his body. We were always trying to hide it and cover it for the longest time until he just had to tell Oprah and tell the world, listen, I'm not trying to be white. I have a skin disease.
The loss of pigment exposes vitiligo sufferers to great risk of skin cancer, requiring constant shade from the sun and thick makeup or sunblock to lessen the exposure.
You know, in the beginning, I tried to cover the light spots to the darkest part of his skin, but then it became so extensive that we had to go with the lighter part of his skin because his whole body was reacting. He'd have to be in complete, full body makeup every inch of his body. You know, so it was easier to make the transition to him being to the lighter shade that he is.
You're saying you've only ever had one piece of surgery on your nose?
2.
You've had 2?
As I can remember.
This is where the TV show stops. But had they included Michael's answer from just 10 seconds earlier, they would have allowed him to remind us of a serious injury that severely affected his appearance.
No. I was severely burned.
Yeah. But apart from having that surgery because of obviously the injury of the fire.
January 27, 1984. Michael was shooting a commercial that attempted to duplicate a concert performance.
He was so badly burnt on the top of, whole top of his head caught fire right in front of my eyes. And I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't get to him on time. But Miko, Marlon Brando's son, was able to push away the barricades and jump on him and put out the fire with his bare hands.
He will have nursing and medical personnel on call 24 hours a day. Due to his very excellent health and his very strong personal and religious commitments, he will have as excellent a recovery as is possible.
Michael was rushed to the hospital, where he was treated for second and third degree burns. He later underwent skin graft surgery in an attempt to repair the damage. But as we noted, as severe as this incident was, it was completely ignored by Bashir.
You have nothing to your cheeks?
No. These cheekbones?
Yeah.
No.
You haven't had any inserts?
No. My father got...
What about your dimple?
Can we get over this plastic surgery garbage? This is tabloid stuff.
Well,
you're beyond this.
I know.
You're a respected
Well,
journalist.
I know. The problem
You're
is...
getting tabloid.
One of the basic qualities of respected journalism is objectivity. Now, as you may have heard in several recent news stories, one of Michael Jackson's prime complaints about the reporting featured in Martin Bashir's documentary and subsequent interviews with the press was his lack of objectivity. As we've already seen, some of Mr. Bashir's comments that made the air appear to be quite different than opinions he expressed in Jackson's behind-the-scenes footage. About Michael's ranch, Mr. Bashir's on-air comment was, "One of the most disturbing things is the fact that a lot of disadvantaged children go to Neverland. It's a dangerous place for a vulnerable child to be." But what he said behind the scenes was this.
I was here yesterday and I saw it, and it's nothing short of a spiritually kind thing.
This comment about Michael's method of raising children was included on Bashir's special. They are restricted. They are overly protected. I was angry at the way his children were made to suffer. But this was not.
Your relationship with your children is spectacular. And in fact, it almost makes me weep when I see you with them.
Another of Jackson's complaints about the documentary is the non-inclusion of certain statements that he feels are pertinent to objective reporting. Like when Bashir devoted almost 8 minutes to the abuse by Michael's father?
You remember when you said to me that you just wanted to run away from your father?
I hid. I used to hide.
But did not include this short and revealing comment.
He hurt me when he was little, but he's a genius. The man is a genius.
On Michael's taking his children to the zoo, Bashir says it was no kind of trip for 2 young children, and everyone could see it, but Jackson himself. But what you don't hear is Michael's response.
I go to the zoo all the time. I go usually when they close it down. And they told us this would be closed down.
And as far as probing for the truth about Michael's changing appearance, the subject of vitiligo was virtually ignored. And the severe burns and reconstructive surgery were never mentioned at all.
Can we get over this plastic surgery garbage? This is tabloid stuff. You're beyond this.
Regardless of whether you feel that Michael Jackson is correct in his assertion that Martin Bashir's documentary was not a true representation of the interviews that actually took place, there is one question that many people share. How could Michael Jackson, a 44-year-old man who has spent most of his life in the spotlight, have allowed himself to open up to a virtual stranger? This footage from Michael's camera may give you a better understanding.
That was great. Thank you. That was really, really special.
It seems to me that through history, people, they really want to make someone big, and they want to be, oh, this person is so talented, and we've got to make them godlike, and they have to be perfect. And then as soon as they're there, they get more joy in tearing someone down.